Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. I have to share this discovery for you. For those of you who are in California, in Zone 10B, and you think you have to grow your blueberries in full sun in pots and raised beds and buy all these expensive ingredients, I'm going to share with you something that is in most of our Southern California gardens that you don't think about when it comes to blueberries. But the blueberries know this secret very well. I'm just going to show you this. This is a common plant in Southern California. And all of us think that stuff doesn't grow around it because it's too much shade. But I've come to the conclusion that that's not the reason. Because plants that grow in the shade won't grow around it. But there is a plant that will grow around it. In the shade, even though it's supposed to be a full sun plant. In the full sun, it will even grow into the root system of this plant symbiotically. And you're wasting garden space if you don't look into this. Now, the thing about this tree is not wholly drought tolerant. As you can see, it's always dropping leaves. And because of the small size of the leaves, when the birds and the critters go in there, it's just creating its own mulch all the time. I don't know how long that mulch has been in there, but this is the way it is. And I noticed that pumpkins can grow over here, and they like it. But my boysenberries are struggling in this space. They aren't doing as well as they could. Pumpkins and melons do fine. But they're just an annual for the most part. They aren't there all the time. This is a bitter melon. And it died back. You can see it kind of died back. Well, it's still hanging in there. It'll be back in another month or two when it gets warmer. I guess the cold. It's cold to a bitter melon. They like it 80 degrees, even 100 degrees. They aren't complaining. But in any event, I noticed I put my grass over here. I thought, okay, it'll grow over here. It grows over in other places. But this bush just drops too much mulch and it kills the grass. Look at this. It's turned the dirt in the air, and that's what this all is. And plus my prunings. So now I'm going to get to the point of this video. If you have a conifer hedge that you're using to block, so you can have some privacy living in the city, blueberries will grow underneath it. I haven't fertilized this blueberry. It's been here for months now. I do put a few sulfur granules on here because I'm using tap water to fertilize it. And it's doing fine. These are its winter leaf color, but I want to show you it's flowering. I think that means it's happy. Look at those flowers. It's just a little tiny bush. It's got new growth coming on it. I am not going to push the growth in Southern California in springtime. It will have to learn how to put on new growth or grow roots so it grows big and bushy. in the fall and the winter, like everything else in the area. It has to train itself to survive here. But it is April, the end of April, and this one is putting on flowers. I think it's Samphire. I think this is supposed to be a trailing variety. Over here, this may look like it's in the sun, but see, it's under cover of this conifer, and all day long it has to contend with this. Nothing else will do that. There are birds in this tree all the time, and this is what this bush, this blueberry bush, is living under all the time. And as you can see, not much else is. Okay, see how the grass starts once it clears the mulch from the conifer. And this conifer is full of birds, and you know, they're living their lives and having the normal and customary products of that lifestyle. Eggshells, nest, everything. This is pink icing, and pink icing is putting on flowers. It came to me with these purple leaves. All these green leaves are the new leaves. So it has pretty much doubled in size in 2 months. It was a small plug plant. You can go back and watch my haul videos. But pink icing is happy, and it's putting on flowers in April. It's just now getting started. Same, this Samphire is just now getting started with flowering. With the pumpkin, here's another one. It's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna blow your mind. Look at this. This is a blueberry that people say is so temperamental. Its roots are so fine. It can't compete with other things. Well, you see, my conifer's dropping leaf, and this lily's trying to escape. All these lilies are trying to escape. It's easy to tell that. Look at how the lilies, they're not growing up straight and tall. They're growing out here. They don't like it here. They're moving themselves. Okay? These lilies have no choice. They're too short. They can't get away. But the ones that can, I thought they liked partial shade. I thought they were going to be over here. They're like, oh no. All of that falling down, I can't deal with all that. They grew in it. They're thriving, but they're trying to escape. It's obvious. And who's standing tall? This little blueberry plant, which is probably Samphire Cascade. And she has flowers, okay? So she's not just growing here. This is all new growth. She is also twice the height she was, and they say this is a moderate grower. Twice the height she was. She's growing into these other plants. This is a daffodil. She's growing into the daffodil. She parted the lilies. She made a move by sheer force and took over the spot. I don't know what I was thinking. She's right in front of these guys. She's actually moving backwards towards the conifers. So she's growing herself back over here to the conifer. These plants know what they're doing, whereas the lilies are going this way, and they're letting her pass. So I guess I planted her a little wrong, and she's fixing it. But while she's fixing it, look, you see her leaves, her branches are pointing towards the conifer. So this plant does not need full sun in the southern sun. And the lilies were offering it some partial shade, and if it weren't for that partial shade, it would probably still look like that one. But that one has more flowers. But these one's flowers are further along. Okay. I'm just proving my point. I didn't know it was going to work like this. I just know that I couldn't get a hedge over here. And when I saw these new bushel and berry things, I thought, well, let me try. Maybe I'll finally get that beautiful hedge I've liked. all I've ever had here was sorrel. And sorrel dies in the summer. It's Mediterranean. Here's another one. Now this one looks like it might have stressed out a little bit. Yeah. But it has a lot of leaf on it. And we can't worry about everybody because some folks just aren't going to like you. Okay? Oh, maybe this is what it is. This raspberry cane is tearing the leaves off. I don't know. But it's still here. All of this green is new growth. This was the original growth. And I think maybe these are dropping off, but it's growing. No flowers on this one yet. But it's still there. We have another one here. All of these were little tiny plug plants. They were cheap, so I thought I could try them out. And this one seems to be thriving. I see berries. I think I see flowers. I think that's what those are. Yeah, those look like flower buds to me. I don't know. But I think so. And it's got the cutest little leaf structure. And it's very happily growing next to the carrots. And the grass is nowhere around because it's too far in there. In the back there are my rabbit eye, because rabbit eyes like moisture. I got Climax and Brightwell, and I moved them back there. They are getting more sun than I thought, because I can see now they are in a sun belt that is hidden back there because maybe my neighbor pruned this on their side. I don't know. I doubt it, because that would require a lot of cleanup versus just leaving it in the air. We'll carry on. I got every bushel and berry that they sold. I didn't worry about whether it was for my zone or not. If it's not for my zone and it grows healthy, I'll just shape it into a hedge as if it were a hedge and go about my way. I'm stepping on where I'm trying to grow pumpkins. Look at this one. This one is full of fruit. It didn't have that when I got it. Look how full of fruit it is. That's got to be a sign of health. That looks like a magazine. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of this one. Now we have this one. I think this is pink sorbet, because the leaves kind of look like pink sorbet. And it has flowers. This one, all this green growth that's beyond this purple, that's all new. It's doubled in size in 1 month, even though it is fighting with that. And this is in partial shade all the time. Back there, partial shade as well. That's an O'Neill that is blooming. It has 2 flower spikes on it that I can see. I'm gonna go back there and cut some of those brambles out from around it. And I have to clean up the brambles on the fence there, because on the other side of the fence is a neighbor's garden. So I got to go back there and pull every bramble that's growing on the fence. Here's another one. That is Perpetua. I know this one's Perpetua. And let me see. I can't see if she has flowers or not, but she's growing into the tree. So you see the light is going into the tree, and she's growing into the tree. So you never know what's going on with these berries. Blackberries escaping, but the blueberries fleeing into, and I have another one over there. Partial sun. Morning sun, dappled afternoon sun. So as it gets to be a bigger bush, that's going to be in sun. So it's already getting sun. This is afternoon, and it's getting sun. And there's my Brightwell back there, doing just fine. And let's see, got another one right here, has doubled in size, and it has flowers. which I'm gonna lift up a little so that I have a shot at tasting them. Yeah, I think this is a Samphire or a Midnight because it is trailing on the ground, and I got some trailing ones because I thought in this area here it would look nice to have some orderly looking bushes that would trail. And we have another one here. And does this one have flowers on it? I don't see any on that one. But I got a couple. There were two, Jelly Bean and Perpetua, that weren't supposed to flower in my area. And I pretty much knew Perpetua would because it doesn't require any chill hours for one of its flowering sessions. And usually, if it doesn't require chill for one, it'll just keep on flowering. Here we have another one. This looks like Bucks because it has a very ornamental leaf on it. And it's flowering. You see that? It's set flowers. These are planted very close because I wasn't sure about them. Got a pumpkin. Like I said, pumpkins can grow over here. The blackberries struggle with it. Here is another blueberry. And it's green and it's growing. This one doesn't have flowers. So this might be that Jelly Bean that they said needed 1,000 hours because it might not be able to acquire that with me. I need to cut the grass over here. I think I'll move it a little out. Yeah, I'll move it a little out since I think that and I'll get rid of this blackberry here. This is boysenberry. It'll probably, this was the original root ball of that one. Okay. I'll come over here and I got to keep my boysenberries under control. If you grow them, you know that. And there's another O'Neill. That one didn't flower at all for me. I'm trying to get a Woodard because I think Woodard might be better over there. Yeah. I just got to get the funds. See, this is the thing. This is the mulch. And as soon as the birds get in here, it gets to be a big deal. So I have to be very aware of that. There's another pumpkin back there. And I have a blue crop growing in even more shade. And let me see, does that blue crop have a flower? Blue crop is not supposed to flower in my area. But if it's cheap enough, I'll give it a try. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. And these are some lilies that, again, are escaping. They are doing good with some facets of the space, but they are definitely trying to escape. I don't know where to. But the lilies over here aren't as happy. Here you can see these lilies are perfectly content. And you see how they're growing up tall and pretty? So next year I'll move these lilies to some other spot because they don't like growing underneath the conifer. They've told me as much, and they're not picky with soil and nutrients, so I want my lilies to grow tall and look pretty like this. So I'm gonna have to move them to a place where they can do that. And see, here's my boysenberry over here. Very happy. Life is good. It looks completely different. So I have to learn and there's the cages that my boysenberry is supposed to grow up. That hasn't worked out yet, but I'm sure it will. Okay? So that's what we got going on. And I'm going to put, I don't know where I'll put the Woodard. I may put, no, I don't think I'll put it there. Because I'm going to try some more blueberries over there. see what goes on, because I think it might be good enough for them. But I think I might put the wooded over here in more shade, because I think it is a old-fashioned blueberry. And I'm not in the South. I don't have summer rain. I'm not going to fool myself. I know that anything that takes summer rain is going to want moisture in my area. Oh, okay. So there's a rabbit eye. That's Climax. So if Climax can grow there, then Woodard could grow there as well. So, yeah, that's what I'll do. So, I got to find a spot for Woodard, because right now these are tiny. I can't have Woodard growing over here, because that little light goes and gives all of them light. I'll probably have to put the Woodard back there, because they say it'll grow 6 foot tall. But here's another thing about Southern California. If something grows 6 foot tall in the South, that thing might get 20 feet here. I don't know. So I have to prepare myself for the fact that Woodard might consider this optimal conditions with a little bit of water. So, and okay. I've rambled on. I will keep you updated, because I didn't expect these blueberries to do this well in the ground. Nothing gave me any idea that I could have any hope of something growing in this acidic conifer mulch that has been piling up here for decades. Decades, guys. It's decades down there. And I need something that's not greedy. I don't need anything that's trying to take over the world like my pumpkin. I need something easy. Blueberries aren't greedy. They are steady. They have few requirements. And once those requirements are met, they're okay. So I just thought I'd share that with the other people in Tenby, California. So you could think about utilizing the space that we all pretty much, we have conifers everywhere. We love conifers, and we have to water them all summer, and they drop this mulch constantly, and nothing grows there. Well, I think I found something that might grow there, and I thought I'd share. Anyway, God bless you.